Hi, everyone. For today's education topic, we will be discussing omega-3. The outline for today's talk will encompass why we care about omega-3 fats, sources of omega-3 fats in our diet, how to get enough, and finally, ways to apply the information that you've learned today. First, let's start with a review of fat in our diet. We basically break fats down into two categories. We have our healthier fats and our unhealthier fats. So the unhealthy fats would be the highly saturated or trans fat sources that we often find in processed foods. They tend to be solid at room temperature, and they increase our LDL cholesterol or our bad cholesterol, which can contribute to those blockages in our arteries. On the other hand, we also have the healthier fats, which tend to be liquid at room temperature and come mainly from plant sources. So think your oils, your nuts, and your seeds, but we also find them in oily fish. And that's where your omega-3 fats fit in. So omega-3 fats are really a subcategory of unsaturated or healthier fats. The human body can make most type of fats it needs from other fats or raw materials, but that isn't the case for omega-3 fats. These are essential fats that the body can't make from scratch, and so it has to get them from food. So why do we care about omega-3 fats? Well, the reason we want more omega-3 fats in your diet is to help lower your LDL cholesterol. So remember from the previous slide how your LDL cholesterol is that bad cholesterol that can lead to that blockage. It also helps to lower your triglycerides, which is just a fancy word for fat that floats in your blood. We do know that if your triglycerides are elevated, it does increase your risk of heart disease. So we want to try to get those down. So increasing more of those omega-3 fats can be very beneficial to your heart. In addition, they will provide anti-inflammatory properties and also help to reduce your blood pressure and decrease your risk of an irregular heartbeat. So where do we find omega-3 fats in our diet? Well, if we look at sources of omega-3 fats, we find things like ground flaxseed, chia seed, hemp seeds, walnuts in particular as a nut are an excellent source of omega-3 plant fats. And then you've got your oily fish sources. So sources like salmon, trout, sardines, albacore tuna, mackerel, herring, and anchovies. Those are all excellent sources to increase in your daily intake for omega-3 unsaturated fats. Now, ideally, we want you to target about 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of omega-3s per day. But rather than getting too overwhelmed with the micromanagement of, how many milligrams of omega-3s are in this food versus that food, we advise that you just try and have 2 servings of oily fish per week. And a serving would be equal to about 3 to 5 ounces. So if you know what the size of a deck of cards looks like, that's a good visual to have in mind. That's equal to 3 ounces of cooked fish, for example. 1 or 2 decks of cards a couple of times per week, especially if you can add in 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or whole chia seed per day to your cereal or to your yogurt, or really anything you want to put it in, would be an excellent way to get that daily average of 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of omega-3s. If you're unable to consume fish, the next best option is to look at incorporating a fish oil supplement into your routine. Unfortunately, not all fish oil supplements are created equal. You specifically need to look at the EPA and DHA content of your fish oil supplement. High-quality supplements will provide at least 400 milligrams of EPA and at least 200 milligrams of DHA per pill. And in order to meet that 1,200 milligram target, you would need to supplement with 2 pills per day. If you're already taking a fish oil supplement, feel free to bring in the bottle to your dietitian appointment, and we can help to determine if it's a good choice. So a few tips to take with you today. Try including oily fish in your diet twice per week, in addition to enjoying 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or whole chia seed daily. If you're having difficulty eating oily fish twice per week, speak with your dietitian about incorporating a fish oil supplement into your diet. Or consider looking for some convenient alternatives such as low sodium canned fish that's high in omega-3s. So canned salmon, canned sardines, canned mackerel, those are also great choices to go with. So thanks for joining us today. If you have specific questions or would like to take a deeper dive into your own personal eating habits, feel free to book a consult with one of our registered dietitians. Thanks for listening.